Hi guys, my name is Karan. You're watching the channel TechRevs. Today we are going to find out why this gaming notebook, the GF63, is the one you should buy. We are going to look at this notebook and why it makes sense for you, and if this is the notebook you should be going for over all the other options that are available in the market today in this price range, and there are a lot. So, what do you expect the thin and light gaming laptop to be? That it should weigh at least like a regular laptop and shouldn't be too big to start off with. Well, the MSI GF63 that and takes it one step further, delivering ultrabook level slimness at 21.6 millimeters thin and weighing at an unheard of 1.8 kgs for a gaming laptop. So this would be the first time a 15.6 inch laptop weighs at just 1.8 kgs. The closest I think would be the Razer laptop, which weighs at 19 kgs for a 14-inch model. So this is like much lesser of a weight. It supports a desktop grade GTX 1050 4GB graphic card and a fully capable Intel Core i5-8300H paired with a high-speed 8GB DDR4 2666 MHz RAM. We are going to break down each part and look at why that part in specifically makes this notebook that special. Intel specifies the TDP of the i5-8300H at around 45 watts, and it handily beats out the Intel 7700HQ, which was the last generation king by a solid margin of 10 to 15% in all the benchmarks. The graphics power is taken care by the Geforce GTX 1050 in this model, that's the 8RC, and it goes all the way up to the GTX 1050 Ti Max 2 model, which is in the 8RD model. This laptop is powered by 8GB DDR4 2666 MHz RAM. Very few laptops that actually come with this 2666 MHz variant of RAM. Why that makes a difference? Because that really increases the memory bandwidth, and there are noticeable performance to be seen and gained from the 2400 MHz RAM. So yeah, that's a good thing, and these RAMs are really expensive to install. I have already checked online and the rates are really high. Just to get an 8 gigabytes, another stick for me to install on this to make it a 16GB model, another 8GB RAM would cost me close to 6,500 rupees for a Corsair one. Now the display is another strong suit for this machine. At 15.6 inch, sporting an IPS grade panel, it can really get bright and the colors stay reasonably accurate. So the brightness you're looking at something in the range of 217 nits. And I haven't done any particular color calibration, and I assume many of you who buy this will be using this as it is in its factory form, won't be doing any particular color calibration. I haven't checked the sRGB or the RGB color calibration, so can't comment on that. Where the display truly shines is in its implementation of really thin side bezels. Over here, really thin side bezels, and being fit into a chassis not bigger than that of a 14-inch laptop. Now, since we are in this display area, the keyboards over here feel reasonably tactile. Let me open up a notepad and see. So the keyboard area over here feels reasonably tactile. They are of steel series, so the panel over here that you see, it's not plastic, it's all metal. So it's by steel series. It's got some level of customization with the keys being completely off and being red, and then slightly more, and then you can go completely way up. So there's some level of customization. The keyboard is decent. There is no numpad area, so that is something that you will miss. But then the form factor is really small, so I can't complain with that. The keyboard is really good to type on. The trackpad is the best that I've used till now. I have a mouse with me, but I do not want to use it because this trackpad is just that good. So it uses Windows Precision Driver, so not a problem. You can see buttery smooth operations, double-handed use, so not a problem with that. Now, many of I heard from a lot of people that they were facing some issues with the keyboard getting terribly hot when you were gaming. So yeah, it does get a little bit hot, but nothing that is unbearable. And see, it is metal plated, so you do expect it to get a little bit of hot, but not unbearably hot. So there is an option in the MSI Dragon Center, if you go over there, to turn the fans all the way to a cooler boost level, and that within a minute you should see your keyboards getting back to a normal ideal temperature. And if you keep them turned on, it shouldn't be much of a problem. For gaming, I would suggest having an additional keyboard besides this one. That makes more sense. Mouse, I'm completely fine with it, but of course for gaming you would need additional mice for that, wired or wireless. That's your choice to go for. Okay, so coming to the battery. Now, once you flip the laptop over, you can see that there is no removable battery, because it is a very slim laptop. So there is no removable battery, and that is understandable. So you keep it like this, and the battery is sealed in this area. So it's sealed over here. It's a big battery. It's a 51 watt hour battery, so it's sealed over here. You can't remove it. I have seen some videos online where they have shown that the battery is sealed inside completely with no battery wattage rating or anything, but officially it's at 51 watt hours. You can see these angular cutouts over here. These are all rests, giving your laptop a bit of a height so that easily air can flow through here. And I did, because it's plastic over here, so this bottom area is all plastic, the heat really doesn't get it, the laptop doesn't get that hot. And right now if I'm touching it, I mean, it's barely non-existent, I mean, in the entire thing, because I'm using it at eco mode. And when you're doing your day-to-day things, this laptop will run like a breeze, and you won't have any issues using it. If you want to get into this inside this laptop, it's another story, because even the guy at MSI, he told I was installing an SSD over here, 128 GB. So that guy told me that it would take me close to 1 hour just to get this installed and sealed back completely. So it is a task even for them. So individually, if you think you'll be opening this up and operating on it, not a good idea. Now, coming to the speakers. So the speakers are placed over here. They are Nahimic or whatever they call it, certified, Nahimic certified. The speakers 2x2, so 2 watts over here, 2 watts over here. They are downwards firing in nature. So the speakers themselves, I didn't like it that much. It was just okay for my taste, nothing that great. And as you could see me getting rid of these fingerprints, this is a fingerprint magnet. You need a cloth at all times to keep this laptop clean. So let's have a listen to the audio, shall we? As I was referring to those 2 watt speakers that are down there, those downward firing ones. So let's have a listen to it.
Watch can easily hit 4 days on a single charge. Well, with some caveats anyway. By default, the Galaxy Watch's screen turns off after a while, but you can set it to stay on all the time.
So this is at around 30% volume. So let's crank it up to around 70%.
If you're willing to deal with a little less battery life. With consistent use of the battery saver mode, you can prolong life even further as long as you're alright with some trade-offs. See, battery saver mode disables just about everything but calls, messages, and notifications, and it turns the screen black and white, and it gives you a stripped-down watch face. It's definitely handy in a pinch, but you're better off just charging the watch a little more frequently. And if you're considering using the smaller version of the watch like my colleague Sherlyn, just keep this in mind. Its battery doesn't even come close to the 46mm model. It only lasts for between 2 and 2.5 days tops. Just like almost every Samsung wearable before it, the Galaxy Watch runs Samsung's in-house Tizen operating system, despite what's
you could see that the sound was just about decent, nothing that great, nothing that to write home about. It just gets the job done. That's about it. Doesn't get doesn't get too loud, doesn't have a very deep voice. I did some software tuning with the Nihemi software that comes with it. So I did some software tuning that they had provided us, and this was the best sound that I could actually get. There are various things that you can turn off. You can turn on the surround volume that I've turned on, volume stabilizer. Bass I've kept it at 12 because, well, there's nothing there. Right now what you saw was the best that I could have it customized to. So at a price point of rupees 79,990, this is the only slim and light, truly portable gaming notebook when it comes to buying. There are a few notebooks, however, offering similar performance at this price range. Just to name a few, there's Dell G3. It's a competent gaming machine for the same price and offers an additional 128 GB SSD, but it's thicker with massive bezels around the side of the screen, bigger and quite a bit heavier at 2.7 kgs actually. Then there is one from Asus. It is the Tough FX series laptop, which can be had for much less at around 70,000, even lesser in some websites. It offers the same specs in addition to a 128 GB SSD, although it's something that you would want to keep only inside your home as it looks really ugly. I had a chance of looking at it personally when I was making my purchase decision. It doesn't look good at all. Although it's lighter than the Dell G3 at 2.3 kg, so if weight is something that you want to keep under consideration or keep it under check, then yes, why not go for this. And if you don't have that budget, so if you have something at around 65, 66, and if you can find it at a deal, that makes a good buying decision. Why not? Yeah. After this, let's just have a look at some of the benchmarks that I've done and how it actually looks. So let's go through that. So guys, we are going to start off the benchmark, Heaven Engine benchmark, and just to update you one more thing, there are two variants of this in GPU. So one comes with the GTX 1050 and the other is with the 1050 Ti. There is basically no difference between both the laptops. One comes with the i5 8300H and the GTX 1050, the other comes with the i7 8th generation processor along with a GTX 1050 Ti. Rest everything stays the same. The IPS panel that you see over here, it's the same, it's equally bright, everything is the same. The keyboards, the battery life, so the same rated battery life. So it's written over here, it gives 7 hours of battery life. That is a claim that they are claiming, but then I'll be talking a bit more in detail about it. So this Unreal Engine 4 benchmark that I'm running it at its ultra quality 1080p. This is a good benchmark to get to know what sort of games can you run over here. And over here you can see that after using this laptop quite a bit extensively since past some time, the temps are still at around 67 degrees Celsius. If you can't see that, let me just help you. Just a second. The temps, as you can see, are at 67 degrees Celsius after running the Unreal Engine at least twice throughout. So that's quite good. It is under 70, and probably if I'll keep on playing and if I turn on the turbo boost, these temps will come down a bit further. So yeah. So once I would kick off with the turbo boost, and with the cooler, with full span fan speed, the temp should come down to around 62 or 63, which is quite a bit less. As you can see, there are some micro stutters when the scene just is loading, so that is there in this benchmark. So I have a recorded game capture with me of this Unigine Heaven benchmark running at DirectX 11, so you can check over here. So as you can see, the minimum frame rates was 9.4, maximum frame rates was 77.6 at that time. So that was the first time that I was running this. and then the temps for only 62, and it had not even started using the fans then. So the temps were really low, and this was also after running this engine for at least half an hour. These were the temps. So the temps are pretty awesome and pretty good. They don't really and there is no throttling. So throughout I could see that as you would have seen back then, the graphics and memory were at full max speed, and the CPU really doesn't throttle at all. So that notion that slim and gaming notebook should throttle, that is definitely not with this notebook. With that out of the way, we'll just go through some more games. Okay, so we are hitting the benchmarking with the Quantum Break. It's a 2015 game. Okay, so you can see the settings over here. The resolution I'm using is at 1920 by 1080. VSync is on, so that there's no tearing. I have locked the gameplay to 30 FPS, and I'll tell you the reason why. HUD visibility on, subtitles on, volumetric lighting. So there's ultra, medium, high, and I've kept it at high. Shadow reflection, there's ultra, medium, high, and I've kept it at medium. Shadow filtering, the smoothness of the shadow is at high, and that's the max setting. I have kept the texture resolution to ultra settings. It just makes the character details and everything look really good. And the geometry level is ultra. So both these settings are really taxing on the system, but I've kept them at ultra no matter what. The screen space ambient occlusion, I have kept it on, and then the reflections on those occlusions are kept at high, which is the maximum setting that you can go for. And the effect quality is at high. Global illumination is at its max setting, which is high. Same with effects quality. Anti-aliasing is on. Upscaling is turned on. And film grain, which makes it look more like a film, is on. That's just an artistic effect that they have. So let's just have a look at the gameplay then, shall we? So you can see more or less it keeps a steady 30 FPS lock. It rarely does it ever go below 30 FPS, but 30 FPS is generally where it's at always.
All the way forward.
Did it?
Looks like some bitch named Amy's gonna be the poster girl for Serene's PR campaign, filming confession videos.
So these are the results after playing Quantum Break for around half an hour or more than that. So the CPU temperature right now is at 46 degrees Celsius, and GPU, GPU core clock is 139 megahertz. And this is for 45 degrees Celsius. Let's have a look. So now we're looking at Dirt 4. And if you look at the settings, I have everything at ultra except shadows is at medium. And another thing that I keep at medium is this. So mirrors is at high and shadows is at medium. I think that I used to keep at medium. Vehicle reflection, that's at medium. Rest everything is turned on or all the way at ultra settings. And so video mode 1920 by 1080, 4x MSA, 16x anisotropic filtering. Let's just start.
Alright, good luck.
If you can't see this FPS right now, it's at around 39 to 40 frames per second.
1, go. Go. Keep left over crest. 60. And right 6.
So it's at around 48, 49 frame rates
Right 6
as we are
over
playing
crest.
this.
Don't cut. Right 6. Into left 4 long. Opens. Keep in. 150. Keep right over crest. 110 over bumps. 60. Right 5. Don't cut. And right 4. Don't cut. Left 6. Don't cut. And left 4 long. 250. 200 over bumps. And right 6. And left 5. 40 through dip. Right 6 over crest. 200. 200 over bumps. 80. Right 4 long. And right 6. 250. To finish. Okay, take it to the...
Now let's go here and check out what the heat. So the CPU is at 47 degrees Celsius, which is still decent. It's not that bad. And the GPU is clocking it at 50 degrees C, which is again not bad at all. And you can just free up your memory from here, so that game is completely gone, and now it's only 30% used. But what are the fans running? So fans are running tilt at around 5800 RPM at current load. So I see myself, utilizing with this laptop? So, I can see myself carrying this laptop to work every day and using it for my daily productivity tasks, which would make sense that, and as the battery is rated to last at 7 hours, but according to my testing with Chrome running and a little bit of MS Office also running, and the brightness at medium settings and at eco performance, and around 2 hours of streaming of YouTube video at full HD, and sometimes even at 4K, I was getting around 5.5 to 5 hours of screen on time. I can easily use the HDMI port that is in the rear to give presentations. Once I'm returning from the office, I generally use Metro or some of those to make my commute back home, because going to Gurgaon and coming back from there, your laptop can really feel like a burden. So this is just at 1.8 kg and slim profile. It shouldn't be too much of a hassle. So that is about it. I hope I've covered everything. There would still be a lot of things that you would feel left out. So thank you so much for watching this review. If you are planning on buying this notebook, please use our Amazon affiliate links in the description that will be down below for the most recent pricing. It really helps us to bring you more such content if we get paid by Amazon. And if this video helped you in any way, or you think it answered some of your questions, please hit the like button, leave your comments down below, and I will try my level best to answer all your questions. And as always, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.